60 to 100 years. The judge not just throwing the book, but the entire library at Randall Loughney.
He is the 47-year-old convicted in the beating and torture of an 80-year-old Kentwood woman.
I am also saddened by the unwise choice that made this act of violence a reality.
24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey is live at the Kent County Courthouse now with more on this story tonight. Joe?
Yes, Sue, and this is essentially a life sentence for Randall Loughney. Do the math. He will be 107 years old when he's first eligible for parole. Despite a beating that left her unable to eat solid foods for 4 months, Betty Oosterhuis has never hesitated to talk about her ordeal and the man who caused it. Today's sentencing was no different. She says she's glad it's over.
But I am also saddened by the unwise choice that made this act of violence a reality.
Randall Loughney also had his chance to speak.
I'd just like to tell Mrs. Oosterhuis that I'm very sorry for what I did, for everything she's had to go through because of me.
But his apology came 11 prior felony convictions and 9 prior prison sentences too late for Judge Mark Trusak. The judge called Loughney a coward and a predator and went above sentencing guidelines to send Loughney to prison for at least 60 and as many as 100 years.
This was clearly a senseless act of violence, and sir, you should be ashamed of yourself.
While the sentence surprised Betty Oosterhuis, she was more than happy with it.
Because I think a lot of the messages that we've been sending the criminals has not been the right one.
Mrs. Oosterhuis says she's doing well, that despite the scars on her face, the missing teeth, and the hearing impairment, all caused by the beating.
I made the statement within hours that he, in the hospital, he was not going to determine my life and make my decisions for me.
I also talked to Randall Loughney's daughter after the sentencing. She says that sentence is too long. She says her father should have got about 20 years in the case. Back to you.